What is up, y'all? What is up? It's Tisha Shanice. I'm back, and we got a couple of things to go over before we jump into today's story time, okay? First things first, I had a goal where I wanted to hit 100 subscribers before next month. Baby, we already at 115. So all 115 of y'all, hold on, real quick. I got some, hold on. So if you a drinker, let's take a shot. I got some down, Julio. We can take a shot, okay? If you don't drink, I got some pop. I got some water. You need a little snack. Got some popcorn. Whatever you need, get in here, get settled, take a seat, and let's do this. But I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all 115 of y'all that decided to subscribe to my page. That lets me know that 115 people decided to invest in me. So, with that being said, I want to take this serious. I'm trying to find a consistent schedule to drop these videos for y'all. I drop a lot of vlogs, but I know y'all looking for them story times, especially Haley. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into it. Now, we gotta do a couple disclaimers, okay? I'm not trying to bash Haley because at one point in time, Haley was my friend, okay? So I'm not here to completely bash her and make her out, you know, tell all her business. We're not doing none of that. All I'm going to tell you is my experiences with her. If I wasn't involved, I won't talk about it, okay? That's that. 2, I have been going back and forth about how I want to do this series, right? I didn't know if I wanted to do it in like order or just give y'all things as I think of them. Now, there's pros and cons to both. If I do it in order, you can kind of get like an idea of, you know, the gradual change in our friendship. The only thing about going to order is I ain't gonna hold y'all. I kind of don't remember all the time dates. I just know things that happen. I don't really necessarily remember what happened before or after, when it this. I really tried, okay? Now, if I give it to you sporadically, you get the tea. We ain't mad about that, right? But some of y'all will be like, so she did this and you still was friends with her? And really it could have happened before that. You see what I'm saying? So I haven't decided really how I want to go about this series because I want this to make not only be a pleasant listen for y'all, but I want it to make sense, okay? Another thing is I don't have receipts because at this point in time I had an Android and I lost a lot of like pictures, text messages and all that. So I don't really have many receipts from these times either. So that's that. And third, I have a friend. I ain't gonna tell you his name right now. He's going to tell you his own story with Haley. I don't do it justice. It's best he come on here and tell you himself. The shit is so crazy. I don't want to be the one to tell it. It needs to be him, okay? And it's another trip story. So, and like I said, believe it or not, the Vegas trip was not the last trip that we took with her. Well, anyway, you'll understand what I'm saying once I tell the stories, okay? What I want to do is kind of give you an idea of how I even met Haley, okay? Because this is not one of my long-lasting friendships. When it comes to like Camille, Kyla, Sky, my friend Bree that y'all see in these videos, we have been friends since like elementary and middle school, okay? So those are like long-standing relationships. Haley wasn't one of those. She came in later in life, okay? So we're gonna jump into that. First things first, make sure you tell a friend to subscribe. I know y'all did y'all thing. Good job for y'all. Y'all all get A's, okay? Y'all did y'all assignment. I love that for y'all, okay? But make sure you tell somebody else to do the same thing. Okay, so boom. When I graduated high school, I went off to college, right? I stayed in state, but I left my home city. I went to Eastern Michigan University. It don't matter. I was at EMU for like 2 years, right? After my second year, I could not afford to be there anymore. My financial aid will only cover so much. I couldn't lock down the scholarships. I couldn't lock down grants while I was there. And so my mom and dad was like, it may be better for you to just come back home. I did not want to do that. We'll talk about that in another video. I don't want to get too deep into that. Just understand that I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to. That was not a part of my plan, right? So I come back home and essentially I was going to go to the university here, which is whatever. I don't want to talk about that. It's a 4-year university here in my city. But I feel like since I moved back home, I wasn't staying on the campus at this university. I stayed at home with my folks, right? And I felt like this would be a good time for you to get a job now. Now that you at home, you got access to cars, you need to probably try to lock down a job, right? So I ended up coming back home the summer after my second year at EMU. I come back home, I'm applying for jobs here and there everywhere, and I landed this job at 123 Incorporated. I don't know what I told the other company. It's two major companies I work for. One is 123, one is ABC. We gonna call this one 123. If it ain't right, it don't matter. Because I can't get the real names of the company no way. So 123 Incorporated was hiring, like mass hiring. That's a red flag, just so y'all know when jobs be hiring in groves like that. So I ended up getting hired at this job, right? So essentially when I come back home, I'm working part-time and I'm going to school part-time. Now this job was a call center job. I hate call center jobs with all my heart because of this job. I hate call center jobs, and the second job I hate call center jobs, and I never will go back to call center ever again. So glad that I'm way above that now because, baby, I couldn't take it. Another story from another day. Let me stay focused. In this call center job at 123 Incorporated, there were a lot of different people there because coming back home, I didn't have any friends. All my friends were back at my old college. Even my friends that I grew up with, they were back that way. So I didn't have any friends here. I had no one to hang out with. None of that. So at 123 Incorporated, once I got hired, they did like a 2-week orientation and training. 2-week orientation and training session where you would learn the job, learn your programs, get all your logins, you know, all the stuff that comes with having a new job. In that week, I ended up meeting Halle. Now, I had never heard of Halle before. I had never seen Halle before. Although she lived in my city and she was from my city in a way, I had never ran across her. Now, here's the thing. In my city, there are two high schools. We were rivals. They don't exist no more. They pretty much combined both high schools into one school, but whatever. Anyway, I went to, it don't matter. I went to the high, she went to the hill, okay? Those are the real names of the school. It don't even matter. Because both schools is not even a thing anymore, right? So, normally, when people go to those two high schools, we all cross paths at some point. We all know each other. Even though we were rival schools, we all kind of got along at the same time. We were only rivals in sports. As far as like outside the sports thing, we were cool, you know. So, but she went to the hill. I went to. I didn't see her, and it could have been because she was actually a grade below me. That could have been why. But I just never ran across her. Anyway, so we got this job. You know, she's sitting next to me. She's like, "Hey, you know, I'm Halle. What's your name?" I said, "Hey, my name is Tisha, whatever." And we just started kicking it. You know, we was just talking back and forth about things we liked, and we clicked. We linked because we both liked the same things. We liked parties. We liked fragrances. We liked to dress up. We liked to look good. We had like the same artists. Like we had a lot of things in common. So we started taking our lunch breaks together. And from there, we just formed a friendship. Okay, I don't got to go into all the details about that. That's how I end up meeting Halle. And that's how this saga starts, okay? So another thing is, at the time when I met Halle, Halle had a car. I did not have a car at all. I didn't get my car until I was like, I want to say 20. No, 21, actually. I didn't get my first car until I was 21 years old. So me and her was hanging out. We was doing right. We was going to the mall. Typical stuff, right? We would go to, she was trying to be, okay, now this is going to kind of lead you into other things, right? She at the time was trying to be a party promoter, okay? I had no interest in doing that. I know, right? Because I keep telling you I was a party promoter, but let me tell you how this went down. I had no interest in being a party promoter. I had never thought about it. I didn't care about it. Wasn't on my radar. She was trying to actively do that. So she was working with a promoter at the time, and she was kind of like his apprentice in so many words, like intern, or whatever you want to call it. She was working under him. So she says, "Hey, we having this party at," I don't know, whatever, it don't matter the city. "We having this party at this place, and you know, you should come." I said, "Oh, okay," because after moving back home, that's the thing, like, at EMU, you so close to Detroit and Ann Arbor, it's always something to do. Like, it's very college friendly. Well, it was, I don't know about now. When I came back here, not the case. Not the case. There's nothing here for college kids to do besides get the fuck in trouble, right? So that's another reason why I didn't want to come here, because I knew it was going to be boring as hell. And at this point in my life, I'm like, what, 19, 20 years old? I want to have fun. I'm not trying to be sitting up at the house every weekend. So when she said a party, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, where the hell you found a party at? But the party was in a neighboring city. It wasn't like in my direct city. So I'm like, yeah, I want to come. So I'm like, I'm geeked. I'm getting dressed or whatever. I'm like, finally. So we go to this party. And, you know, she comes and get me. I didn't have a car. I could have drawn my parents' cars, but no. She gonna come get me. Let her come get me. So we ride in. You know, she's in promoter mode, technically, because she's learning, and I can't remember, was this, okay, so this particular event, Rashida was there. Put him on to make him want to marry me. Her, yeah, her. She wasn't singing that song at the time, but yeah, she was there. I feel like this particular event, they were having a hard time coming up with the money to pay said celebrity guest, right? Because it was her and it was somebody else, but I cannot remember who the other person was to save my life right now. So I remember it was Haley and the guy she was working with. And then I say, this is how my party promotion started. I say, why don't y'all raise the price now? Because it was going into midnight. If people want to come in still at this time, you need to raise your price up because the demand is high. He was like, I like her. You a promoter? I was like, no, it just makes sense. Because even though I wasn't a party promoter, I always had business sense. It's always been a thing for me, right? So he's like, I like her, whatever. So he's like, yeah, let's do that. So he raised the price. I told him, don't make it like steep. Just raise it little by little and your money will come to you, right? Because something about a lot of people being at a door makes people feel like, oh, this boy jumping, even if it's not. By the time they get in there, they could be dead as hell, but don't nobody know that. So, but that wasn't the case. It wasn't dead inside. It was just they were having a hard time getting the money, which is why I have always said, sidebar, you'll see in my promoter stories, you do not pay artists out of door money. This is why. Anyway, so whatever, they raised the price, they made their money. They literally broke even because of this, right? They was able to pay her and they pretty much got their money back. They didn't make no profit, but hey, I'd rather break even than be in the red. So, especially when you gotta pay somebody. So they do that, and so he tells her, like, you should consider, when you start your own company, you should consider her being your CFO, which will be Chief of Finance. I don't know why he thought I should. Well, I see, because of the money thing. But really that would, okay, whatever, it don't matter. I'm giving this out myself. And she was like, okay. So she tells me, she's like, hey, I was talking to, let's get him a name, because he's kind of relevant in a way. Let's call him Mark. That nowhere near that man's name. That's the first name I thought about. But anyway, she's like, Mark says that he thinks you should be my CFO if I come up with a promotion team. And I was like, you need a CFO? And I mean, what kind of money you bringing in where you need a CFO? She said, well, when I start making money, she'll be there to like help manage it. Now that's not what a CFO is, guys, but I mean, at the time, we young, we don't really know shit for real. I work in finance now, so I realize that's not the job of a CFO. But okay, let me better explain this, because a CFO does do that to a certain extent, but it's more to being a CFO than that, because the CFO is responsible for all the budget planning, all the cash management, all the financial strategies, all the assets, all the accounts. It's not just counting money at the end of the party and knowing when to raise prices. Like, that's not solely what a CFO does. It's more to it, is what I was trying to get her to understand. She more so needed a treasurer than a CFO, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. So, I'm like, I guess, because in my mind, I was like, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm bored. All I do is work part-time and go to school. And really, to be honest, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was doing terrible in school. And not to come back here, I damn near was flunking out. It's because I was uninterested. I didn't want to be here. And I was not motivated, right? I went from being on the president's list and the dean's list every semester to damn near dropping out. Like, that's crazy work, but whatever. So, I was like, I guess. So she starts this company. I'm not going to say the name of the company. No matter. And we start to promote together. But it was because I was a part of that promotion team where I realized, like, this kind of not for her. Well, okay, let me say this. What she was trying to do was not for her. She is good at certain things in the promoting industry, but it wasn't like running her own company. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say that either. She can run her own company, but she wasn't good at the business of it. She could do the job as far as being a promoter and as far as being a host. Not a problem. Very good at that. But when it comes down to that behind the scenes and the money and negotiating, no ma'am. And this is how I learned being on this team with her. So time goes on, right? We've been kicking it. We're having a good time. I'm trying to think what happened that I was like, okay. Well, one thing that happened is I realized that she had questionable judgment when it came to men. That's the best way I could put it. Because like some of the situations she got herself in, I used to be like, I guess, Why? Let's get to the main attraction. Let's get to what I want to get y'all in the story time. I'm gonna bring y'all in this way. So months goes by, right? At this point, we're nearing summertime because I got hired in the summer. So you know what? Actually, it's not even months. It's like a year goes by. And everything was cool for that much. I mean, I noticed like she's dingy. Like she's very blonde. Like very, yeah, she's just dingy. She just gives off like dumb blonde, but yeah. So that was the only red flag that I got from that whole year of being her friend. But other than that, nothing too crazy, right? Okay, so boom, we going into the summertime. She meets this guy, right? Okay, so the thing about this guy was like, remember I told you how we went to rival high schools, right? And you know what? I'm about to put a side story before we get to her, okay? Let's rewind back. It's 2007. Yeah. 2007. Me and Kyla was in school together, right? We 18. We come back home. This is the first year we was at EMU together. We come back home and it's summer break, right? So we just kind of kicking it, right? There was this place called the Coast. It don't even exist no more, so I don't even care that whatever. There was this, it was essentially like a nightclub. Well, yeah, kind of, but it was like a hole in the wall at the same time, right? But it was in like the better part of the city. Like wasn't no stuff popping off at the Coast. So me and her go, we got our cute little dresses on, whatever. Me and Kyla went to the high, okay? We went to high school together. There was this guy. Let's call him Sam. I just made myself laugh with that name. So far from his name. Anyway, let's call him Sam, right? Sam was like the it dude. Like he was a popular dude. Well, I ain't gonna say all the girls. I don't want to speak for all the girls. A lot of girls liked him, including me. I had a crush on him when we was in high school. Cause he was cute, you know, right? But that was that. It was just a crush. Once I went out to college, I didn't give a goddamn about no dude from high school because I saw a whole new slew of dudes in college. Like, we don't give a damn about nobody in high school, right? So, and he was older than me. He was a year older than us. So we go to the Coast, right? And him and his brother, no, we gotta give his brother a name because this is gonna come back up. His brother name will be Sean. Sam and Sean, all right? And then they had a friend. We're gonna call the friend Homeboy. I don't feel like giving him a name because he's fucking irrelevant. So, Sam and Sean show up, and I wasn't finna go on my way to speak to Sam or Sean. Like, what you think this is, right? But they came over to us. We were sitting at the table. They came over to us like, hey, how you doing? We was like, hey, because they were off in college too, right? So we was like, oh yeah, hey, how you doing? So they was like, how y'all been? We was like, you know, nothing, you know, just in school. That's about it. But everything been cool. It's okay, cool. It's nice to see y'all. And that was that, right? Nothing to it. The next day, I'm on Facebook. Sam is in my DMs. He said, hey, it was good seeing you last night. We need to keep in touch. Huh? For what? What we gotta keep in touch for? I was like, hey, it was good to see you last night too, and yeah, you know, we can, you know, catch up with each other on Facebook. And he's like, no, we need to exchange numbers. Psych! No, we don't. No, we don't. So I said, now this wasn't, no, yes, it was true. Kinda. So I say, I have a boyfriend. He's like, okay. Oh, you one of them. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
So I was like, well, I don't think he'll be happy with me just keeping in touch with somebody from high school. Like, we were never really friends before. So he's like, but we trying to change. I'm trying to get to know you.
But you for real?
Holla at me for what?
You said what?
Holla at me for what?
So I got tired of talking to him. I was like, I'm going to leave him on red. Do y'all know? Y'all. That man DM me every single day for 2 weeks straight. Like, can I get the number? You ain't gonna get the number? You playing. Why I ain't get the number? I still ain't got the number yet. I'm trying to call you. Can I get your number? How about I give you my number? You call me. Bro.
Boy, if you don't stop.
He was going there, all right? I'm telling Kyla, like, what the fuck is this nigga on? Like, I ain't know he was like this. I thought he was kind of chill. He giving like thirsty, and I don't understand the fuck why. She was like, yeah, she's like, why he ain't just ask for your number at the cop? Thank you. Why he ain't just do that while we was there? Why you doing it through Facebook? But there's a reason why we getting there. So I just ignored him. I'm very good at ignoring people, especially dudes. Like, I don't got no problem ignoring nobody. So he eventually he wore off. He just backed out. Yes, he's off like that. Cause okay, we getting there. So that happens, right? Nothing comes of it. He just pestered me. Like I may still have no messages, but I ain't finna put them up there. But he just pestered me, right? That was back in 2007. Yeah, that was 2008, because it would have been the summer going afterwards. That happens. That was it. Never talked to that man, never went nowhere, none of that. All right, boom. Fast forward. So, Haley says, hey, I met this dude. I think I really like him. And I think I'm gonna, see what's up. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Who is it? She says, his name is Sam. I said, does Sam have a brother named Sean? She's like, yeah, how did you know? I said, you like him a lot? And she was like, well, yeah, I'm getting to know him and this, that, and the third. I'm like, Sam is out here, Haley. I'm just gonna let you know, Sam is out here. Sam has a lot of different females that he deal with at that school he was at. Because at this time, I don't think he was in school no more. He wasn't, because we getting there. He wasn't in school no more, but I was like, at that school he was at. And then here, he just got a lot of different females that he deal with. She was like, really? I was like, yeah. I said, but I don't want to be the one to tell you not to talk to him, because I understand, like, you kind of got to feel people out for yourself. But I was like, if you asking my opinion, it'll be a no. I said, not to mention, he did try to press up on me some years back. I said, but it ain't like it went nowhere. I just thought I'd throw it out there, because I wasn't expecting her to not talk to him because he was trying to talk to me. He didn't even know we were friends. And two, it didn't really matter because I didn't talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So if that wasn't really like a make or break. I just thought I should let her know in case it ever did come up. It needs to come from me, not him or nobody else, right? She's like, oh, okay. So I could tell she blew me off, because I was like, all right, she really like this dude, and all right, whatever, and all right, whatever. Now, at this point in time, me and Camille were not cool. We were beefed out. Girl, listen, we talk about that all the time. Couldn't even tell you why we was beefed out, but we was beefed out for some reason. We were not cool. Even though I'm not cool with someone, I know how you ride. I know how you get down, right? We at this party, and Camille shows up. I ain't say nothing to Camille. Camille ain't say nothing to me. Okay? But Sam shows up. And I'm like, and she's like hugging him. She's all over him. And I'm like, okay, Haley about to be here any minute. How this gonna go, right? Haley shows up. When Haley shows up, Sam tries to break away from Camille. So I had a dilemma. I was like, I kind of want to tell Camille, like, yo, I don't know how you and dude getting down, but he got a lot going on. But I was like, if nothing else, I can tell Haley, right? So I tell Haley, like, yo dude, your friend, whoever he is, he just walked in here with my old homegirl. She's like, oh yeah, he said they were friends.
Are you fucking dumb?
I know good and well you ain't fall for that old trick in the book. Please tell me you did not fall for that. So I was like, no, Haley. I was like, I mean, I understand me and her ain't cool like that right now. I said, but I'm telling you right now, that girl ain't, when she does what I seen her do, that mean that's her dude. They not friends, like they kicking it. She was like, well, that's what he told me. I'm telling you that's some bullshit. They're more than friends. So she was like, you think so? I'm telling you, Haley, they are more than friends, right? She goes to talk to him. He spins some story to her. Then he decides to leave. I bet he do want to leave because he in the hot seat. Why the fuck would he stay, right? But the thing is, he left, and my friend, my ex-friend at the time, but my friend right now, Camille didn't know that he left. She looking around like, where the hell he go? Well, girl, he done left the premises. So that was that. So I'm like, yo, Haley, I'm telling you, this dude, he ain't what you think I'm telling you. I understand you may be attracted to him. Because, I mean, he wasn't an ugly dude, but after how he played crazy, he's very ugly to me. So, anyway, I was like, I really think that you need to probably cut this short. Keep that in mind, right? So, that was that night. Sam ended up working at 123 Incorporated with us, right? But he wasn't in the same department. He was some other department. I never really knew what department he was in, but I know where in the building he was at, right? I'm telling her, now this, y'all hear me out, okay? This is when things start to get weird. I'm telling Haley, yo, don't talk to Sam because I'm telling you, he 2-timing you. Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-timing you. I don't know, but I can tell you off the rip, 2 females that he talking to. She was like, oh, okay. I said, all right, whatever. One day, Haley wasn't at work. Haley had the day off. I was on my break. I see Sam outside. Camille pulls up in her car to drop him off some food. I was like, but I'm like, I keep trying to tell her what it is and she just don't be hearing me. So I let it go. I wasn't gonna say nothing. And I made sure he didn't see me either. So the end of the day comes. We all getting off work. This man gets in another bitch car. And he goes home with her. I'm like, oh yeah, he doing too much. I gotta tell Haley no. So I'm telling Haley, like, Haley, you gotta listen to me. Sam was at work today. She's like, he was at work today? I was like, yeah. She's like, he told me he was off. Well, I don't know if he meant this job or not, but he was definitely at the job today. She was like, you sure? Oh my God. Yes, I'm sure. That you can't miss him. Yes, I'm sure. I was like, maybe he meant his other job. I was like, he definitely was at this job today, though. She's like, okay. I was like, anyway, besides that, that's weird. But Camille dropped off food for him for lunch. I was like, and at the end of the day, he got in a car with a whole nother female and rode off with her. Are you aware of any of this? She was like, no, I'm not. Well, hey, I'm gonna leave you with the information. Just let you do what you want to do with that. She was like, okay, I'm gonna call you back. Bet. So she calls me back. She's like, yeah, I cussed him out. I want to know. He didn't give me no straight answers. Da 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 da. So I'm thinking in my head, yeah, this about to fizzle out real quick because, yeah, it's just not giving what it need to give. I was like, okay, girl, are you good? She's like, yeah, I'm cool. Y'all. The next day, I go to work. I'm in the break room talking to my homeboy. Sam comes in the break room, was like, you need to stay the fuck out of our business.
Omar,
What?
let me tell you something.
I can say one. You want me to say
Go home and get the gun.
Who the fuck are you talking to? I said, excuse me? He's like, you need to stay the fuck out of our business. Don't be jealous. Don't be. I said to him, I said, okay, hold up. You started all wrong, buddy. All wrong. First of all, I don't talk to you. I said, and if you talking about me telling my friend that you doing some dirt, you goddamn right I told her. And I'll tell her again. That's my friend. I'm going to always tell my friend when you niggas do some stupid shit. Are you dumb? Like, you need to just get a man of your own. So my homie was like, hey, bro, you gotta chill. So once a dude got involved, he walked up the stairs, he left. I go to Haley and was like, why the fuck your dude call himself pressing me in the break room about some stuff with you? Did you tell him I told him? She's like, well, yeah, I told him that you saw.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Why would you mention my name? You should have just said that I saw you or someone said they saw you. Why would you tell me or Tish said that? Why would you tell that man that? I ain't scared. I mean, because if he asked if I said it, I told him that I said it. But it's the point of why would you tell him that I'm the one that told you, right? So I'm just like, bro, yo, now this nigga about to be like ill will towards me. I don't care on when. I was like, I just don't feel like you should have did that. She's like, well, I didn't think it was a big deal. It kind of is, but whatever. So this happens, right? Time goes on. We get into the end of the summer. So much happened in this summertime the more I think about it. This particular summer. We end up going to this event that happened. Well, it don't happen no more. They used to do it every summer, but I don't know what happened. Anyway, we end up going to this event. She called me. She said, hey, you want to go to this particular event? It's an outside event. Happens every year. Well, it happened every year in our city. I said, yeah, I'll go. She failed to tell me that Sam was going to be there because I didn't want to be around Sam. I really didn't want to be bothered with Sam. I didn't care for Sam. None of that. So she's like, oh yeah, Sam gonna meet me up here. I'm like, what? Girl, I would not have came up here if I knew he was gonna be here. I don't like him. So she was like, well, you know, it'd be cool. He probably not gonna be staying. Yeah, you getting close. So anyway, we there, we getting food, we getting drinks. And at first I was like, maybe he ain't coming because he was getting late. So I'm like, bet, I hope he don't because I'm irritated. But she was like, I was like, you ready to go? She said, well, I'm just waiting on Sam. I was like, call that fool and see where he at. That we not about to be sitting up here all day. We ready? This is hot as hell out here. Like, so she calls him. He's like, okay, I'm pulling up now. She's like, he pulling up. So we walk to the parking lot. Oh my God. So I'm just like, I put my sunglasses on because I was like, I really don't want to see this nigga. I don't want to talk to this nigga. I don't even like him. He's like, oh, what's up? So, but it was like very off-putting. It was almost like, hey, what's up? What you doing here? And she's like, what's wrong? He's like, I didn't know you were coming here. She's like, well, you told me you were coming to this event, so I decided to pull up. I'm overhearing like, so he didn't know you were coming? I'm eating on my hot dog, child. What the fuck ever. Like, that's their business. I'm turned around. Like, So then here he go. What's up, T? First of all, there's no T. You not no friend of mine. You not no brother of mine. You not nothing to me. Don't call me T. You call me my government. We ain't cool. I just thought my head like, what up, though? So he was like, how you been? Don't try and have conversation with me, nigga, like you ain't just try to press me some weeks ago in that break room. I was like, I've been better. He's like, oh, for sure, for sure. Oh, another thing is, so because he was like, oh, how you been, this and the third, Haley was like, see, he don't have no ill will for you. He don't have no hurt feelings for you. At least he wants to know how you were doing. I'm like, you can't tell the difference between when somebody trying to be funny and when somebody being genuine. Girl, please, get the hell on my face. Bitch ass nigga. So anyway, so Haley goes to the car and he's like, oh, so then he come to me, he's like, how long y'all gonna be out here? I was like, I don't know, I didn't drive. Stop talking to me. Y'all know what this man said? He said, well, since I'm talking to, since I'm, kicking it with your friend, you should kick it with bro.
The fuck you talking about?
Why the fuck would I be kicking it with your bro when you tried to talk to me? You don't see how weird that is? I was like, you dead ass right now? He was like, yeah. And then I knew he was wrong because he said, I know you ain't still hung up on that old shit. First of all, no one's hung up on shit, nigga. Let's get that motherfucking understood, okay? 2, it's the principle. It's the audacity of you for me. Because you don't see how this is off. Now I'm straight. I was like, I don't want to talk to you or him. He's like, well, you can't talk to me. Well, then walk the fuck away because you're still talking to me. So, whatever. So he's like, well, how long y'all gonna be out here? I was like, why do you keep asking me that? I don't know. I did not drive. Ask her. So he's trying to get an answer out of her. He looking around. I'm like, he must got another bitch coming up here. So I was like, oh, now I want to stay. We don't want to fucking go nowhere now. So he asking her, like, well, how long you going to be up here? Da-da-da-da. She's like, oh, no, I thought we could just kick it. He's like, well, I ain't going to be up here long. She's like, well, when you leave, I'll leave. Yeah, this ain't going the way he thought it was going to go. Like, well, we can leave right now. She's like, but you just got here. And I'm like, yeah, you just got here. He looked at me like, shut the fuck up. He just kind of the look he gave me. I'm like, hey, I'm just reiterating. So he was like, well, it's kind of whack out here. We can find something else to get into. And I was like, yeah, but you gonna take me home first though, right, Haley? And she's like, you know what? I was like, no, I don't want to hang out with y'all. I want to go home. He's like, yeah, but take her ass home. I was like, shut the fuck up, nigga. I was like, I'm not tired of your motherfucking mouth. Like, you not finna keep talking like you that nigga. You not that to me. You not that nigga no more, dog. You still living off that high school fame. I will smack fire out of your ass. Please stop talking to me. She's like, well, y'all stop arguing. So he turned into the parking lot. He looked like shit. So I'm looking like, oh yeah, we got that. Boom, we got action, right?
Bingo, I got action.
Girl pull up. She walks over. He's trying to like walk away from us to meet her, to like intercept her pretty much. I'm looking like, Haley, turn around, nigga. Like, so she was like, hey, so they hugging. And Haley was just like, and then Haley just looking. So the girl was like, what the fuck is she looking at? She's like, why are you hugging up on my man? The girl was like, yo, man. She's like, yeah, my boyfriend. She was like, last I checked, he was my boyfriend. Last I checked, he wasn't neither one of y'all boyfriend, but shit, who the fuck am I, right? He's like, y'all chill. So then the brother gets involved. He's like, hey man, y'all ain't gotta be doing all that, man. It's all love.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
So anyway, They going back and forth. She was like, Sam, who is this? He was, and yeah, Halle was like, yeah, Sam, who the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck you own? He was like, man, I kid y'all not. He screwed his face up and he was like, I don't gotta explain that to neither one of y'all. I ain't with neither one of y'all. I don't belong to neither one of y'all. I'm single. Guess that clears that up, huh? They was like, what? Boy. I'm sitting there sipping on my drink like, So the girl that pulls up, she's like, you know what? I don't need this shit. I can get a new nigga, a better nigga than you. It ain't got to be you. I'm not gonna get played by no nigga. Fuck that nigga. You can come get your shit from my house. Matter of fact, don't come get the shit. I'm gonna bring it to you. It's gonna be on your porch if I don't have to put it in the trash. She was like, fuck you, nigga. You got me fucked up. She left.
Ooh, now that's how you clear a bitch.
Smart girl. Smart girl. Halle is still standing. I was like, Halle, can we leave? Like, you just found out what I've been telling you all this time, so can we leave? She was like, I want to talk to Sam. About what? The man just said that you're not his girl. Like, what is that to talk about? I'm confused. He was just like, he needs to give me an explanation. Baby, he clearly explained to you that he is single and that he does not belong to you nor her. And that he ain't in no relation with neither one of y'all. What more do you need an explanation for? That's all the closure you would need. I was like, Halle, I really think we should leave. I was like, you following that man around. Now he talking about he don't want to talk to you. Get off his bed. Leave him alone. You need to just like let it go. Cause now he like, get the fuck off me. Leave me alone. Like he switched the game up. Cause he's crazy. He's crazy as fuck. Okay. So I'm like, Halle, please, let's go. Stop following that man around like a rag doll. Like, it's not that deep. Like the old girl said, get you a new nigga. Like, what you chasing this raggedy ass nigga for? So I finally get her to leave, and she in the car, she crying and boo-hoo and all this shit. And I'm just like,
Lord Jesus.
Okay. So y'all can, I want y'all to understand I'm not being insensitive. I'm confused on why she is having this type of reaction because they haven't been talking that long. Like, we talking about a couple weeks. 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe. Maybe a month. I guess I'm trying to figure out why you so hung up on him. So I'm like, you good? She's like, I can't believe he would do this to me. I was like, I can, because I told you that he was like this. I was like, I told you that he out here. She said, yeah, but I just thought it was different with me. Why would you think it was different for you? I asked her, I said, what made you think that? Well, I thought we had a connection. That's kind of what cheaters do. They make you feel like y'all have a connection. But he has like a multi-line because he's connected to a lot of different people. So I was like, well, okay, girl, it's cool. Just like move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's other niggas. Like, it's not that deep. So because of this situation, this is kind of where me and Camille kind of made up, because I felt like in my spirit, I was like, I need to tell Camille. I was like, I know we ain't friends, and she really could really pay me dust, but I was like, but I feel like I should tell her side. I ended up reaching out to Camille. I was like, hey, I know we ain't talked in a long time. I said, but there's some things I gotta like let you know. She's like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So me and her meet up. First of all, we talk about why we wasn't friends. We cannot come up with a reason why we wasn't friends anymore, so we let the shit go. I said, but listen, heads up, I don't know if you kicking it with Sam or not. I said, but this motherfucker is kicking it with my friend, my homegirl Halle, and a couple other bitches. She's like, oh yeah, I've been dead at that. She's like, I've been dead at that shit. This nigga had me fucked up. I was like, Halle can't seem to let this nigga go. She's like, who's Halle? That's how Camille and Halle become friends. Because Camille started doing Haley's hair, and they kind of had a dude in common, but they ain't really talk about that. You know, it wasn't really nothing to talk about except to compare and contrast, like the shit that he did with one and with the other, with pretty much. But this was like after Halle stopped talking to him. So I ended up telling her that me and Camille squashed that, we good. But Halle was like, 1 minute it's like she good, she ain't fucking with him. Next minute she's like, oh yeah, I'm at Sam's house. Like, girl, alright, that's your life, not mine. But I'm gonna tell you like this, I don't wanna see Sam, I don't wanna be around Sam, none of that. Let me tell you what Sam did. So Sam tried to come back to Camille and rekindle that while he was still friends with Haley. That's really how they came into contact with each other, because I put them in contact with each other. I was like, listen, y'all need to talk, because this one dude is kind of leading both of y'all on, and he's trying to go back to Camille while he's still with you. So Camille was like, yeah, girl, he been trying to come to my house late night, trying to do this, trying to do that, blah, 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 da, right? Well, this is what Sam did. Sam realized that I was the catalyst, that I was the common denominator. So he was trying to tell Camille, like, oh yeah, don't be friends with Tisha, because she be talking shit about you, and this, that, and the third, and she really ain't your friend for real. Like, you know, y'all, like you said, y'all was beefed out, so you really think he really was trying to like feed her this lie. But Camille was like, yeah, nigga, it's you. Goes to Haley. He tells Haley the same shit, like, yeah, she really jealous of you. She is mad because you prettier than her, and you know, she ain't got no man, so she probably just really jealous of you. And Haley was like, well, Sam says that you're jealous of me, bitch. Let me get one motherfucker thing straight. If you're my friend, I could never be jealous of you. We all on the same team, babe. Like, I'm never jealous of my friends. That's not a thing. All my friends are that. I was like, baby, I'm not jealous of you. I care about you. This is what I'm telling you. I was like, but if you want to believe what this nigga's saying, thinking that I'm the problem. She's like, I don't believe that. I'm just telling you what he said. Why are you telling me what he said? If you don't believe it, what is there to tell me for it? We not laughing about it. You're not telling me like, let me tell you what this nigga said. No. She was just like, well, Sam says you're jealous of me. Like, the way she told me is in a sense of like, this is a fact. It wasn't in a sing song or like, girl, this nigga gonna have a nerve to tell me. You know, it wasn't like that. I said, what do you believe? And she's like, well, I don't believe you're jealous of me. I said, so what you telling me for then? What we talking about? Like, cause I'm getting the feel that you believe that to be true. She's like, no, I don't. I was just letting you know that's what he said. Keep that jealous of me thing in mind for future stories, okay? So I was like, well, I'm here to reassure you that this is not that. And Sam can kiss my ass. Him and Sean. Fuck out of here. That's what happened with that particular situation. I won't go into too much detail because that's not my story to tell. But just know that Sam gave her a scare. Let's just put it like that. You could take with that what you make of that, what you want to make of that, okay? But that was my first encounter with her where I was kind of like, she not wrapped too tight. Like, she kind of, she a little off. But she's still my friend, you know? At this point in time, we still friends, but she was very male-centered. I will say that. She was very male-centered. Anytime she met her dude, it's like what he said goes. That's just how it was with her. And I don't have no think pieces on why she was like that. It wasn't like she didn't have a dad in her like she did. I don't know. And let me say this. Let me explain Haley. Let me describe. Haley was not ugly at all. Haley was a very pretty chick. She was a light-skinned chick. So you already know how that's going to play out. If you can put your thinking caps on, you already know how this is going to play out going on. But I don't care about that. Brown skin, dark skin, light skin, red, green, blue. I just care about genuine people. Like, I'm not one of them girls like, I don't want any dark skin friend. Well, that's some weird shit. I don't know girls doing that, but I don't want any light skin friends. I don't want any dark skin friends. That's weird to me. Colorist too. So, but anyway, we both were little, petite. She was light skinned. My camera did some stupid shit. But anyway, yeah, so she was a pretty chick. She was a real pretty chick. She dressed cute. She let her do her makeup, let her do her hair. Real conscious of how she looked. She cared about how she looked, which is nothing wrong with that because I do too. Not so much to the extent that she did, but she did. Also, the one thing about me and her was she loved to be out front. She loved to be seen. She loved attention. I am the exact opposite. I don't gotta be seen, baby. I didn't even want nobody knowing I was back in the city. So I didn't have to be seen. But here's the thing: when you party promoting or you promoting parties, there's no way around that. There's no way around that. You're gonna be seen, okay? Someone's gonna know you, especially as a female. It's kind of hard to be hidden as a party promoter as a female. So that's how that started. We gonna leave it right there, okay? Because my camera doing some weird shit, but just understand that's how me and her became friends. We gonna lead into the next part. I'm trying to see which one I want to give y'all because I got two. I don't know, but yeah, y'all. That's how it started off with Haley. We got a whole lot more to go, baby. That's just the intro. y'all already know how this is gonna go, cause y'all, I mean, y'all kind of do. It gets worse after the Vegas thing, but you know, we getting there. But I gotta warm y'all up. Now let me tell y'all this: I'm not gonna give y'all every single little bitty story about every little thing that happened, because some stuff is not story time worthy. It's not long enough to be a story time, so I'm not gonna do all that. But I'm just trying to give you an idea of how everything falls into place and how this person gets introduced and this person comes in, you know. So yeah, we getting there. But let's just leave it with this. We gonna circle back again, okay? I got some more. I got a whole lot more actually, okay? But anyway, yo, I'm Tisha Shanice again. 115 subscribers. I'm turned. I know that may not mean nothing to a lot of people, but it means something to me because I didn't pay for y'all. I didn't beg y'all. Y'all here on your own will. There's no gun in nobody's head. Okay? I wouldn't do that. Okay? That means that I'm putting out content I think y'all want to see. I do a lot of vlogs. I got a vlog coming up where I'm preparing to go to DR, and then I got the DR vlog, and then we'll come back to the story time thing, okay? Because I kind of want to keep my mind in good spirits and good vibes. When I think about Halle and some of the stupid shit she did, it kind of puts me in a bad mood. So yeah, I ain't trying to be in no bad mood going into DR, okay? So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna give y'all my vlog for preparing to go to DR, and then I'm gonna give y'all the DR vlog, and then we gonna get back to the story times, okay? I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm getting there, okay? But with that being said, I'm Tisha Shanice. Y'all be easy. Y'all be smooth. Y'all sure y'all want a shot? I still got some liquor left. I mean, just asking, okay? But with that being said, I'm gone. Peace.